I am all for free speech. I think I've made it very clear how I feel about the First Amendment. I think I've made it very clear how I feel about reporting. And yesterday, to be more precise, a journalist, a reporter named William J. Kelly was blocked from covering Governor J.B. Pritzker and Mayor Brandon Johnson's press conference. Now, this reporter has definitely challenged Governor Pritzker and most notably Brandon Johnson at a lot of press conferences, as he should. That's what a good reporter should do. You don't have to like the person, but so long as they do their job, that's their job. And to be clear on this, I don't want to see anybody kicked out of a press conference, no matter where they stand politically or if they're neutral. They have a right to be there. They have a right to cover newsworthy events. And these politicians have have to hear, different perspectives and points of view. And as Chicago continues to intensify, especially the showdown between Illinois state officials across this great state of ours, there's going to be more and more press conferences in which Brandon Johnson and other Illinois mayors, not just in Chicago, but other Illinois mayors and Governor J.B. Pritzker are going to be speaking to the press. And this is setting a precedent in regards to who can cover these newsworthy events and not. I can assure you, this is not going to bode well. So I want to pull up this video here. And this is from William J. Kelly. This is a 4-minute, 7-second video. This is what's happening here. Let's go and play it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Nope. Sir, you're not allowed upstairs. You need to step back. You cannot go upstairs.
This is my media credential.
You're
So
not
I'm sorry.
allowed
I'm sorry.
upstairs.
What are you saying?
You're not allowed upstairs.
Say that again, please.
You're not allowed upstairs.
And why am I not allowed upstairs? So you're going to. Hello, my name is William J. Kelly.
Yes,
I'm a reporter. I'm a credentialed
But
reporter.
I need you to step away from my screening area.
Okay.
Okay. You
I
cannot
see. I'm
record or
doing
screen
whatever
it.
you say.
Yeah. So you're not allowed upstairs.
And why am I not allowed upstairs?
I was told you cannot go upstairs.
And why not?
That's my job.
I'm a credentialed reporter in the city of Chicago. I'm going to have to talk to somebody from the press office. Could you, if you would, please. All right. Hi.
Hey, we're with the governor's office. You're
Yes.
not on our press list.
Well,
we're
I'm
not gonna
sorry.
be able
I'm
to
sorry,
have
but I am a credentialed member of the press.
We're unfortunately not going to be able to have you. I'm sorry.
And your name is?
We're not going to be able to have you. We're with the governor's office.
You're with the governor's office, and you don't want to show me your press credential or your governor's. So why would I not be allowed to attend the press
Okay,
conference?
so, sir, at this point.
Why would I not be
Sir,
allowed to?
At this point, you're not allowed up, so I'm gonna have to ask you.
They don't give him a real good reason. All right. They don't give him a real good reason why he's not allowed. He should be in there. He should be allowed in there. And he should be allowed to speak his perspective and cover this. And while, let's say, there are things I might disagree with him with, I don't want that to happen to me. It sure as hell shouldn't happen to him or anybody else. Now, maybe from my own point of view and perspective, I'm a little biased here. I want to pause here for a second. All right, I'll play the rest of the video because I think it's important we play in its full entirety. I have dealt not only with the YouTube suppression and algorithm and all the BS that flies around. You guys know the story. You guys know the story already, but you know it. I've been in those trenches. But besides that, I've also dealt with people, organizations and groups saying, oh, well, yeah, we're glad you're here, but we don't want you to cover it. Again, this is when Hard Lens Media was it in its infant form, a little bit of an infant. It's just amazing seeing the hypocrisy of a lot of people. It's amazing seeing the hypocrisy of a lot of these, quote unquote, advocates for free speech, and then saying no. Or we feel uncomfortable or triggered that you're here. Mind you, this was early 2018 Hard Lens Media when nobody knew who we were. It's not a good precedent to set, especially for something major as this, because when it comes down to a governor and mayor holding a press conference in regards to ICE patrolling the streets of Chicago on Sunday, and then the day after, on the 29th, one reporter is not allowed in because what? It's going to upset the nuance of the room, the momentum, the energy. I'm sorry. If you're a politician, sometimes you got to listen to and answer difficult questions across the political spectrum. That's the job of commentators, journalists, people who are covering newsworthy events here in Illinois. That's what happens. And I don't like what happened to this person. I hate it. I hate censorship. I hate suppression. And another personal side note, look, you can hate Alex Jones and Donald Trump as much as you want. You want to defeat them on the ideas of debate. Take them to the debate stage. Just calling them for to be canceled and censored doesn't solve the problem. It makes it worse.
Leave the building.
But why am I not allowed up? I'm a
You're
member
not
of
on
the press.
list. You are not on the list.
Yeah, by the way, Illinois, yes, we did vote for a billionaire. 2018, at that time, it was the most expensive governor's race in U.S. history. Governor J.B. Pritzker versus Bruce Rauner. Ugh. And yes, I actually interviewed J.B. Pritzker and his lieutenant governor. I did it. I pulled it off.
So we're not going to go in the back and forth. This is state building. Now the Illinois State Police is telling you you have to leave the building.
Okay, all right. Well, I always obey law enforcement, but I'm surprised that you're not familiar with the First Amendment. It's called the freedom of speech.
You're not on the list. So again,
I'm not
you
on
have
the
to
list.
Yes, you have to exit the
But
building.
Marianne Ahern is on the list.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you. Wow. Well, that's rough. I'm a credentialed member of the media, and they're telling me that I'm not allowed to attend Governor Pritzker's press conference on President Trump's deployment of ICE here in the city of Chicago, despite the fact that Governor Pritzker had no problem deploying ICE, or the National Guard during the DNC. I'm a little shaken up right now. My First Amendment rights were just violated here in the city of Chicago, the city that I was born and raised in, the city that I love with all of my heart. And I've been told that I'm not allowed to attend this press conference. It's a violation of my First Amendment rights. It's actually preventing me from doing my job as a reporter, as a credentialed reporter in the city of Chicago. I'm standing on a public sidewalk right now. I don't know if they're going to shoot me or what they're going to do to me now. But I will say this. This does deserve some kind of a response. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but please let me know what you think should be the legal response to this. Reporter WilliamJKelly.com. You can't make this stuff up, and why would you want to?
So there you go. What's the takeaway? What's the big takeaway from this one video here? As a member of the press, Harlan's Media, we're all attend events. I've attended my fair share of press briefings. I have, done my fair share of interviewing politicians in the ground, activists, organizers, on the streets, on the sidewalks in Chicago, in public spaces. We've done it. But what weighs with me now is, oh no, you're not there. You're not on the list. Only a certain list of people can show up now. You're all on the list. You see, it's easy to point a finger and say, oh, look at what Donald Trump does. Look at what Donald Trump does. Look at what he does. But then you have the Democrat politicians doing the same thing there too. See? One or the other. You just can't say, oh no, that person's doing that. Oh, I don't think so, folks. I don't think so. That is not how this works. And unfortunately and regrettably, we as citizens are stuck in the middle. because we're all so divided into team red and team blue. If you don't pick a side, you're part of the problem. I want to give a huge shout out to Roger Meadows. Thank you so much. Actually, this is a good time to read your post. So first of all, Roger Meadows, you sent in $2. He says, I don't think there must be a price that the government has to pay for violating our rights, or else what's the use of having rights? Here we go. And I want to just point this out here because Larry Sharp, this is a message that you sent out to Larry Sharp. So some time ago, I suggested, Larry, it would be a good idea if instead of poor and working class folks having to depend on a public defender to defend their rights, maybe we should run a ballot measure where they get to choose what law firm they wish to represent them, and it'll be fully taxpayer funded. What you'll have is then is a system when a bunch of fancy law firms will be lining up to represent poor and working class people. His response was the other side of that is that you'll have a bunch of law firms that will overcharge the government, creating an entire new grift. I had to sit back and think about that for a while. It took me some time now, and I have the response for it. When the government sees just how much that they would be shoveling out to protect poor and working class folks, the opposite side that just might be maybe it'll be cheaper for us not to violate people's rights in the first place, where they're like, I'm not even going to go down that road of violating any of their rights. It's just too much of a headache. Well, unfortunately, we don't live in a world of sanity. We live in a world of insanity. And do I think our rights are being taken away from us? Well, as someone who's been in the trenches of censorship and suppression, yeah, I think we're at a very, very critical point of us losing a lot of our rights. But we'll see how this plays out. The good news is right now is, well, we're all still here. We're still alive to fight one more day. But no matter where you stand, free speech now. And very curious to see the follow-up on what William J. Kelly will say in regards towards covering a press event. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see.